If you want to create an ebook, you need to stop relying on ChatGPT. ChatGPT remains a writing assistant. So you need to see it as what it's actually meant for, an assistant. Writing is a creative process. It entails a lot of deep dive into your personal, emotional, and physical experiences. It's a feeling. So ChatGPT can never replace that creative process. It is still an AI, artificial intelligence. It can never feel, it can never understand what humans feel. If you've been watching a lot of videos from creators telling you they are making thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars creating and selling ebooks, and you are thinking of actually joining this business, and the first thing you think of is to go and use ChatGPT to create all your content to generate 100% of your entire content, then you don't know what a book actually is. Now, a book is not just a piece of paper with text. It is an information. It carries an information that is meant to transform someone else's life. It carries information that is meant to help someone out, meant to heal people. So you need to understand exactly what a book is. People don't just buy books to read text. They buy books for the transformational purposes. So if you want to create an ebook, then you have to understand what exactly you want to solve. What problems do you want to solve? If your book is not solving a particular problem, then best believe that you'll never sell an ebook. Now, I've come across some people who complain that they have been creating ebooks, but they have never sold any. And they automatically label this business a scam. But is it a scam? Now, there are other people who are making thousands and even millions from their ebooks. I, for example, have created an ebook, I create digital products, and I've actually sold some digital products. And I can attest to it that it is not a scam. So, why is it that some people find success in this business while others are barely even able to make one sale? This is because of two simple reasons. Now, the first simple reason is that your ebook needs to be a solution to a problem. Your ebook needs to be a transformational object. It needs to be a healing assistant. It needs to be able to help someone out. If your ebook is not providing a solution to help transform someone else's life, to heal someone, or to inspire others, then you're not going to sell anything. Now, the second reason is because most of these people who have success or who find success in this business already have some form of an established brand online with real people, with real audience who are ready to buy their products. And you is coming in as a total newbie with no online following, with no brand, with no platform, with no audience. Of course, you're going to find difficulties in actually selling your product. So that is a huge difference. So doesn't mean that if you don't have an established brand or if you don't already have audience online, doesn't mean that you will not be able to sell your products. Now, that is another video for another day. And I'm going to be explaining all the marketing strategies that you can use in order to sell your own digital products, even if you don't have a huge following online. But for today, let's stick to creating the actual content. Now, remember I said your product or your ebook need to be able to inspire others either to take an action or to do something that is going to transform their lives. So here is how I will use ChatGPT in order to write an ebook for myself to sell online. When I'm writing, I sometimes have so many ideas floating around in my head. So the best way I found is I jot down everything that I think of quickly. So it can be on a Google Docs. All right. So I will usually have my phone and I jot down my ideas or my thoughts. So even if the ideas are unorganized or even makes no sense, I still jot them down because I know that I have ChatGPT somewhere. Now, the first thing is that I'm going to use ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas. Now, Remember, the most important part of creating a product is to create a product that is going to be a solution to a problem. So you first of all need to be able to identify a problem. And to be able to do that, you need to look deep. It can be your own personal experience. It can be someone else's personal experiences. So you need to find problems around you. It can be even from your workplace. So when you identify these problems, you can then go to ChatGPT and you ask ChatGPT to give you some ideas, right? So when you're able to brainstorm these ideas, ChatGPT is going to understand exactly what you are thinking about, what problems you are trying to target, or what solutions you're trying to target. For example, I'm a social media manager, and most times when I want to go to ChatGPT to brainstorm content ideas, is because I already have a niche. I already have a particular problem that I'm trying to create content for, or I'm trying to create solutions for, generate solutions for. So it's the same thing. You need to be able to identify the exact problems that you want to solve. Once you've identified your problems, you can go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT to help you generate fresh ideas or topics related to the problems that you're trying to solve. Now, the second way to use ChatGPT is to ask ChatGPT to help you outline ideas into sections. Now, remember that we're trying to write an ebook. So you need to have a topic. Now, under that topic, they have to be subsections under that topic, right? Now, what I usually do is when I have a topic that I want to write on, I can I can use Notepad or maybe Notion or even Google Docs to write down my thoughts. It can be scattered, right? I just write down whatever I'm thinking at that moment. And then I go back to ChatGPT. I ask ChatGPT to organize my thoughts into a structured flow, right? And then I follow up with another prompt, which is going to help me outline these ideas into sections that I can write on. So it can be like a strong hook, the main body, the conclusion. So most important part, the most important thing is to have your thoughts ready, and then you give it to ChatGPT to organize these thoughts and then help you outline the sections that you need. So with my sections ready, I then know exactly how to build or how to structure out my thoughts, and then I can fill out these different sections with the ideas that pop up in my head. The next way I use ChatGPT is to help me to refine the message or to refine my scattered thoughts. Now, this is very important because most times during the writing process, I either get distracted maybe by something else, and or I get stuck, right? What is called the writer's block. So I get stuck somewhere, and that is where my thoughts end at that moment. So what I do is I get ChatGPT to help me either suggest some points to fill out, or even just to organize everything that I have written down in a better way, right? I mean, English is not an easy language, to be honest. So I usually ask it to help me refine all my message in a better way, or just to put it in a more cohesive manner. So I asked ChatGPT to help me refine these ideas and organize them into something more structured and polished. So just by giving ChatGPT my raw ideas and a simple prompt, it helps me organize these thoughts into a concise outline, making my writing a lot more easier. And that is what ChatGPT is for, to assist me in my writing. And that is exactly how to use it. But you need to remember that the final content should always have your unique voice. ChatGPT is still artificial intelligence. So after it produces this content or helps you to refine your message, you need to take some time and edit it and make it sound like a human. All right, guys, so that is how you can easily use ChatGPT to create outstanding content that you can sell online and make some money. I hope you found some value out of this video, and by now I'm sure you already know how to use ChatGPT to write your own ebook. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button and also share the video to those you know that they're going to find value out of this. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that every time I create content like this, you're going to be the first to know. Thank you so much for watching again, and see you in the next video.